Hey, good morning, race fans. How you doing? It is about 20 minutes to 10 on Sunday. There we go. How are you? First of all, our apologies for the broadcast over the weekend. We ran into some copyright issues, and so we hopefully have that remedied. However, we've done some re-editing and have put the interviews together in a way that we shouldn't have any issues or situations at this point. So enjoy the show. This is the JEZ Willis of the Utah Saints interview with DJ Ducky and myself. And you are listening to and watching the Groove Zone, GZTV, out of Olympia, Washington. Now on with the show. All right, guys, enjoy. This is the Groove Zone.
Well, good morning or good evening.
How are you?
Hey,
It is evening time.
how you doing?
Yeah, good. Thanks. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Darren, and it's very
Hi,
good,
I'm Jez.
very good meeting you. What time of day is it over there?
6 p.m. So,
Okay.
it's, yeah, and you're 10 a.m. Is that right?
Yeah, you bet. And
Cool. Whereabouts are you?
I'm in south of Seattle, So
Okay.
Seattle, Washington. Yeah, tucked up in the northwest. We're the capital. We're the Washington state capital that keeps getting into trouble.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. I know. I know. I saw a lot of stuff on Twitter last year, the end of last year.
Yeah.
A lot of things.
How's it going where you're at?
Uh, well, yeah, we don't. We haven't. We've got our kind of version of Trump here, I guess. So got we have our own challenges. I think they're pretty much universal around the world at the moment. So
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? We're going to be joined in just a moment by one of my DJs,
cool.
Jeffrey, who goes by DJ Ducky.
This is the Groove Zone.
This is Jez from Utah Saints, and you are watching and listening to Neo Retro via Olympia, Washington, with DJ D Phoenix, the awesomeness.
Rock and roll. Oh my gosh. What an awesome thing this is. You know, I was a DJ just on the side for years. And when you guys released the first Utah Saints album, totally remember it to this day, 92, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. I Want You is probably one of my ultimate favorites.
Wow.
Yeah, and I actually, even back in, I think as early as 93, I was playing it here. So you guys got exposure up. I don't know, I loved
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah, but what was my point? My point being, I can't believe, first of all, that it's been that long since the first album came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know what? My listeners know what I sound like. Good morning. Let's hear from what's new in your world. What's going on?
Okay, so the interesting thing about what happened after our first album, and it's interesting you pick up on that track, I Want You, because there were 3 singles in the UK before that, and you know that something good with the Kate Bush sample, and that was what got going in the States, was in the industry. And there's always a cost to that in terms of everything. I'm still I put in long hours still, but ultimately I love music, and I like meeting people who love music, so that's good.
I know, and it just goes with the territory. Now, am I wrong, or do we have a Jeffrey with us?
Oh, I'm here. I've been here for a few minutes, but I didn't want to interrupt you guys. I mean, and I didn't realize we were doing video, so you have me at a disadvantage. I'm not presentable remotely for video, so I'm audio only.
Jeffrey, I'm okay with that.
Nice to meet you, Jeffrey.
Nice to meet you. JEZ, is it?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Not very, very nice to meet you. I have to confess really quick that I'm not super knowledgeable about Utah Saints.
That doesn't matter.
But I just started. Yeah, I remember a couple of your songs now that I listened to them again because I was, trying to do a little homework for this last night. I said, "Oh yeah, I know this song," and then you guys sampled Human League too, didn't you? Believe in Me.
That's right. We sampled.
Yeah, you said, and I think it's what is it?
Is it Love Action?
Love Action. Yep, that's it. Love Action. Yeah. Oh, I love you, Love Action. Yeah. So you sampled one of my favorite bands of all time. See, so
great.
Yeah, immediate good points with me here for that.
Excellent.
Yeah. So you're good people if you're sampling the Human League.
JEZ, Jeffrey and I have known each other for going on probably closer to 30 years. But he and I both kind of came from the same area, and I've wanted to get him in on a couple of my different projects over time, and I finally got him with us this last year on the radio project, and totally fun shows and everything. So I'm really glad he was able to be here with us today.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very nice to meet you, sir.
And you.
This is the Green Zone.
When was the last time did you guys tour again? You were saying earlier it's been a while.
Well, no, we in terms of touring in the States, it's been a while, because a number of reasons for that, but we've still been, up until the pandemic hit, we were still out at least like once or twice a month, and so we things like we curate a stage at a festival up here. Our arena holds about 800 people, and we can put on DJs for the whole weekend, and that's great. And then, as I say, putting on nights. And about 4 years ago, we put on our own festival, which nearly killed us. I'd never do that, because you look at it, how hard can it be, and it's and all that kind of stuff. I mean, to be honest, we've always just been taking care of business ourselves, so there's a lot to do. So we're not as efficient at everything as we should be, and every time if we have a hit, and obviously we have a big record company thing gets involved, but on day-to-day stuff, over the last 30 years, which is how long we've been going, probably 20 years we're kind of self-contained, and we do a lot of it ourselves, which is where we started. We kind of started as an indie kind of independent act, and we've kind of kept that up. Although
Jeffrey, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, Jeffrey. Yeah.
What? No, I didn't mean to. Although I did have a question. I did have a question for you. Although I really hope that Darren hasn't gone over this with you before in the 30 seconds before I managed to jump on the call.
No, we started, so you're good. No.
Oh, okay. And I also hope that you weren't planning on asking this question, Darren, because I don't want to steal your thunder or anything. But
This is you.
Oh, okay. So, Utah Saints. How did you come by that name?
The name. Well, it's the thing about that name is it's really hard to get a name. I mean, once the ultimate name is Metallica, because it says what it does. And, trying to find a name that good is tricky. So beyond that,
a bit. Yes, a bit.
Yeah, so it's a challenge. So basically, there's a film called from a long time ago called Raising Arizona, and it has Nicolas Cage in it, and Holly Hunter, actually, Nicolas Cage and Holly Hunter. And the very last line of that, this is so how random it was. The very last line of that film, he mentions the word Utah, and Utah just seemed quite a satisfying, kind of a satisfying word to say. So we just basically we had that, and then we added the word Saints just to make it sound like a team, and then it never occurred to us that there's a link from the name to the Latter-day Saints who were based in Utah, but that is a completely separate thing, which has nothing to do with us. So it was just very random. Random how the name came about, basically.
See, I was curious because I'm a recovering Mormon. I was raised in the church from birth, and then I escaped eventually. But I was going,
Yeah, it's
I
a
wonder if
legitimate
this has
question.
anything. I wonder if this has anything to do with with the church in any way. Because the Utah Saints says, "Oh man, there's got to be some sort of a connection," but it just seems to be just a totally random putting together of things, huh?
It is a totally random thing, and it hadn't occurred to us.
Why today? You'll be safe.
Okay.
Yeah, enjoy your time talking to this guy. I love this guy more than anybody.
Thanks, Aaron. Nice meeting you. Say hi to Hawaii.
Dark. It's very scary. All right. I love you, Darren.
I love you too, buddy. All right, thank you. All right, I'll talk to you soon. That was awesome. Ta-da! Okay, that was fun.
Cool.
Yeah, a really good friend of mine over in Hawaii. He's been doing native carving for a while. And
Cool.
one of them, or a couple of them, are getting featured on the latest episode of Magnum PI, maybe, or Hawaii 5-0, one of the two.
Excellent.
Hawaii 5-0 probably, because I don't think they've rebooted Magnum yet.
That's probably what it is then. Yeah, okay.
And
Yeah.
he's literally in Hawaii also, so he has the inside knowledge.
Oh my gosh, no doubt. But I know, I know that if there were ever a matter that you end up in Hawaii and you need accommodations, get a hold of Aaron. He'll take care of you.
Great, thank you.
This is the Groove Zone.
And hi, this might have helped, huh? Oh, I guess you can hear me okay, I hope. And as the sun goes down on the Meki-Kaleki Luau, that was JEZ Willis, JEZ Willis, the first part of the interview. And we're about ready to see the second half right now, or here in just a moment. I want to say thank you very much for tuning in. There we go. There's a whole face. Anyway, we appreciate your support here at the Groove Zone, so don't ever think that we don't. And we appreciate your patience too while we figure out how to run this goofy thing. Let's see. So we've got, it looks like this is probably the right one. Hang on real quick. Let me just hum for you or something. Anyway, it is now just about a minute or so after the hour. And want to say thank you again very much for tuning in. I'm going to have to re-edit all of these interviews. So you guys are actually, I guess, going to benefit a little bit more than you would otherwise, because we will be running all of the interviews since music after we get a chance here in the next couple of days. So what are we going to do? Well, it looks like we are set for action, 11:17. That means absolutely nothing to you, but that's okay. It means everything to me because I got to make sure we get the right one. 11:17. So we're going to go with this one. We will try this. Oh no, we're going to try that one. Here we go. Part 2.
This is the Groove Zone.
Yep.
I love how I'm looking at especially the 92 release, and I'm seeing your names listed along Jim Kerr and Charlie Burchill and oh my gosh, and then David and Annie. You know, it's like Kate. But you guys took bits of their tracks and turn it into something completely different. And that's what we love.
Great. No, thank you. Yeah, I mean that was part of our ethos has always been, and it's worked against us a little bit probably financially, but it's always been about the art for us. And I'm only at ease saying that now. At the time, I thought it was a bit too pretentious to refer to the art of it, and just thought it was just like us literally messing about with machines. But I look back at it, and that bit was important to us. It was trying to recontextualize noise and put it in a different context. So that's what we did with that. On the second album, we did a similar thing. We sampled Metallica. We worked with Michael Stipe. We worked with Evan Starr as well, which was amazing.
You did work
And
with,
so,
Well,
pardon?
you did work with Michael Stipe.
Yeah, we did. Basically, that was because that album you're just referring to. He did an interview in about the year 2000 and said that it was his favorite dance album. So,
Oh wow!
a whole heap of stuff. But the tracks we didn't want to do a Michael Stipe Goes Dance kind of thing. So we did literally. We just spoke to him on the phone for an hour, and then cut that up and made it into a couple of like fillers for the album. Like
that is awesome.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
Jez, what year was that again that you guys collaborated with him?
2000.
Well, then let me just say that I'm very glad that I didn't run him over one day in downtown Olympia, where I live.
You don't want to do that.
Well, no, I did not want to do that. Actually, he almost stepped out in traffic. And as I went by, I look over and I'm like, oh my God, that's Michael Stipe.
There you go.
It's been this like weird like hotbed of like all the Beastie Boys actually hung out. You know, it's just one of those weird like little music methods. Anyway, so I'm glad I didn't take him out because I'm sure it was a wonderful track.
Yeah, you know, that's one of the great things about Seattle is that the musical heritage of Seattle. And I've always seen, and again, I'm not just saying this because I'm talking to you guys, but I've always seen Seattle as having like some things in common with the UK as well, and just into probably the rain actually. But
Dark, great. Yeah.
We have got that, yeah.
yeah. So, but musically, you know, it was when we toured through. I don't know. We don't think we played Olympia, but we played Seattle and a couple of other places in. I'm so pleased you brought them up. But there's a history to that because before the Utah Saints started, I was in another band after the Cassandra Complex, which was called. I honestly, we did not think that the name would actually become a thing, but we chose the name about 6 months before Acid House started taking off, and the name of the band was MDMA, which is the chemical formula for ecstasy, which we thought which at the time was an unknown drug that we thought, you know, we were just quite clever finding this kind of unknown drug that no one knew about because it was known as a truth drug. That's what we knew about it. It was nothing to do with the dance scene at that point. Anyway, we ended up on tour with the Shaman at that point before either of us had much success. So we went around the UK together playing in front of maybe 30 to 50 people, and we toured for just not long, maybe 3 weeks. And then we weren't in touch at all, but I loved what they were doing. And they went off, did their thing, and then they had a #1 over here with Ebenezer Good, and we went off and did our
Love
thing.
that one.
Yeah, and then we had a couple of hits here, and then we didn't meet again until a tour came about for the States, and it was a long tour. It was like 3 months across and back again. And and the first gig was in New York, and I still remember walking in there and seeing Colin, and a lot had happened. Will from the band had died, unfortunately, and but I remember seeing Colin, and it was quite an emotional time, to be honest, because we both knew how hard we'd worked, and we both knew our love of electronic music, and the fact that we'd suddenly finally got to New York, which is a big deal, you know. So, we suddenly got to the States, and we were on tour. So, we got to know them pretty well, and I think that they were real groundbreaking act. You know, mixing electronic and guitars at the level they were with pop, basically.
You mentioned.
Yeah, they were
I'm
They
sorry.
were really good. No one else really sounded like them.
This is the Groove Zone.
No, you're right.
Oh, no. At that point in time, no. Actually, in the Prodigy, I believe, was just getting started around that point.
Yeah, they started 91. Yeah, so the Shaman were ahead of everybody.
Well, because, and that's what I was going to mention a second ago. Jeffrey, thank you, by the way.
Oh, go. Thank you.
You guys kind of started at the point where like Manchester was like really kind of starting up.
Yeah, I mean, Manchester's like 40 miles away, but again, UK distance, that's like, to you guys, it's like the other side of the country. And so we're quite separate in a way. I mean, you mentioned the Human League, and that's like 30 miles down the road, Sheffield. So each kind of city had its own thing going on. And the music album, only because it's now been 30 years, more or less. Certainly 2022 will be, 30 years since the US album. And we want to... The back catalogue got bought by a company about 3 years ago, along with a whole heap of stuff. Fanny and Cannibals, Blancmange, Shakespeare's Sister.
Oh, wow.
A lot of them got bought by this French company called Because, and they're keen to kind of get remixing on that. So that's one kind of way to go. And then the other is we have about 8 different single-y type of tracks that we want to put out. The age of the album is it's not perhaps the best time to do an album, so we'll see how that kind of pans out.
Nice.
But at the moment, we are working on new stuff all the time, and we do game stuff as well. So we did a thing a couple of years ago for a game called Radial G, which is on the Oculus, which was great to do.
Okay.
I'm not even sure if it's going to be a secret or not, but we've been working on some trailer music as well. So a lot of things happening.
Awesome. Cool. But
Wow.
now, the cool
Fantastic.
the fan listeners and fans can keep up with you guys at utahsaintsonline.com, right?
No, just utahsaints.com, and that should feed. There's nothing really on that site about it. It feeds out to Facebook /Utah Saints, SoundCloud, at Utah Saints on Twitter, and at Utah Saints. All Utah Saints everywhere, basically. Yeah, any social.
Awesome. Cool. So guys, you need to do that. So what I want to do, actually, let's break away real quick and Drew, or actually,
This is the Groove Zone.
if we can, when I come back on, I want to do a song request from you, and I'd also like to get a word to the world from you. Basically, whatever, like message of hope or whatever that you.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Cool.
So we're good. Okay. Hey guys, that was a track by Utah Saints. I've been hanging out with JEZ Willis for a while this morning. Thank you again, as well as Ducky up in Seattle.
Hello, hello.
Hello. So, hey, Ducky, how were you able to break away to get to hang out with us for a while today, man? I don't usually luck out like that.
Well, I'm just taking an early lunch, so I'm having lunch with you two right now. I mean, I wish I was eating something yummy, but this is a figurative lunch I'm taking right now to hang out with you two. Yeah, I'm blessing you with my lunchtime. So yeah, I don't do this just for any schmo. So you guys are very lucky here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, it's you and me both.
I know, huh? What an amazing man. And I don't know about you guys. Well, I'm sure that's why you're requesting it. But when I hear the beginning parts of that song, regardless of what it's being mixed into or out of, I just get the chills up the back of my neck because you know that the next so many minutes are going to be just totally awesome.
Yes.
Love that song.
Yeah.
Well, then let me ask, is there a particular mix of that we should check into?
Well, at the risk, I know this is radio, and the risk of making everybody fall asleep, there is a 15-minute mix by Patrick Cowley, which just takes you, you travel with that track. It's 15 minutes.
That's what we're gonna do then. I like the Patrick Cowley versions.
Nice.
My Mind Must Be Free, off of the original album. What Patrick Cowley song was that you guys played around with?
Right, so that has a tiny, small percussion part from a Sylvester record, and that's that on that. It's like a cowbell thing.
Which one? Which Sylvester?
Whoa.
And only because I'm a Sylvester fan.
Yeah, I think it might be Do You Want to Funk, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, and this is so funny that you say that. Do You Want to Funk? They used to play that when we'd go clubbing up in Seattle. Do you remember the show Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd?
Yeah,
You remember them using that song in the movie?
that's right. They did. Yeah.
And the funny thing was, it was the first time that I'd ever seen a topless black woman before.
Wow.
And it was that song. It's like, do you want a funk? Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna play I Feel Love for You, and then we're gonna follow it up with Do You Want a Funk? Sylvester.
Awesome.
Cool. Like a little disco on the way out. Jez, awesome. Thank you so much, my friend.
That's brilliant. Really great to meet you guys.
Yes,
Oh,
thank you. Thank you so much.
And just so you know, you have an open door policy here. Anytime that you've got something going on or whatever, and you want to come back and hang out, the door's open to you anytime.
Awesome. Thank you very much. You guys take care, and thank you for keeping up the faith with electronic music as well.
Absolutely. You too. Cheers.
Jez,
Good luck with everything.
all right.
Thank
Take care.
You guys take care.
You too.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Jeffrey, thank you so much, buddy.
Hey, you got it. Pleasure.
And so there it goes. So JEZ Willis, thank you so much. And that was a totally awesome interview with you. And Ducky, it was good getting a chance to hang out with you while we talked with JEZ. So we're going to take it out. I don't necessarily have a video to show, but I did find his song. So this is for JEZ. You're listening to The Groove Zone. DJD Phoenix, over and out. Have a great day, you guys. Ow! Check this one out. It is Donna Summer, I Feel Love, the Patrick Cowley remix. It is about 16 minutes long, but show it to yourself. Cut a rug, boogie down. DJD Phoenix, over and out, kids.